Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. So I'm back with part 2 of reading the new Stephan Sterns discovery documents. And again, trigger warning, some of it's not so bad as others, but I'm sure the more we dive into this, it's not going to get any better. Alright, so we stopped at page 50 on yesterday's video, and this one looks like there's not much here. Let's see. Victim 1. Not really sure what that is. Alright. Here we go. Here's an incident report from Orange County Sheriff's Office. On February 28th, 2024, at approximately 1940 hours, I, Deputy C. Vasquez, spoke contact with a caller who stated she may have seen a missing juvenile on Monday, February 26, 2024. My investigation revealed on February 28th, 2024, at approximately 1940 hours, I, Deputy C. Vasquez, I spoke with a... I don't know why it's repeating that. Okay, let me jump to this part here. So some of these are written a little awkwardly to me. The female caller, Maria Ann. Okay, so that's why we have Maria Ann on the previous two documents. She stated on February 26, 2024, at approximately 13:30 hours, she was driving on Hunters Creek Boulevard and noticed a young girl crossing the street. Maria stated the young female was wearing a green hoodie and carrying a backpack in one hand and a plastic bag in the other. Maria was unsure of the color of pants that the female was wearing and said it might be white or black. Maria also stated the backpack was cream-colored and her shoes were white. Maria stated the female was crossing Hunters Creek Boulevard from the north side to the south and walking east toward Orange Blossom Trail. Maria stated she remembers it was by the old golf course that was in the area. Maria stated the female was alone when she noticed her crossing the street, and she was driving by when she saw the female. Maria was unsure if it was positively her, but wanted to share the information as it came to mind. Sex Crimes was notified and will be routed to Sex Crimes for further investigation. This concludes my involvement in this supplement. As we know, that was not Madeline, but good on Maria for calling that in to make sure. It's definitely it's definitely important to call in if you feel like you've spotted a missing person. Okay, here's another supplemental report from Orange County. On February 28th, 2024, at approximately 1935 hours, I, Deputy First Class Renee DeVella, was contacted by Corporal Alexander Richards from the Homicide Unit. Corporal Richards requested assistance with utilizing my K-9 partner, K-9 Archer, to conduct a sweep of 2 vehicles for human remains due to the fact K-9 Archer is trained in human remains detection. I then responded to the southern fenced parking lot of the Orange County Sheriff's Office Central Operations, located at 2500 West Colonial Drive. At 20:05 hours, I conducted a sweep of the first vehicle, which was a 2010 silver Lincoln bearing a Florida tag, and that, of course, is Stephan's tag. K-9 Archer did not give a final alert to the 2010 silver Lincoln. At 22:10 hours, I then conducted a sweep of a 2022 Nissan sedan, which had Florida tag, and that's been redacted, attached. That's probably Jennifer's car. Upon conducting the sweep, K-9 Archer showed a change in behavior, then gave a final alert by the rear passenger wheel well. I informed Corporal Richards of the results. The sweeps were recorded on my agency-issued body-worn camera. See, that is interesting that the dog didn't alert on the Lincoln, which we know Madeline's remains, before Stephan dumped her in St. Cloud, but the dog alerted to the Nissan. That is interesting to me. Okay, and this is further reports. Alright, so here is another supplemental report. On February 28th, 2028, I Detective Robert Fisher responded to the redacted for the purpose of distributing missing persons flyers and reviewing video at the complex to look for relevant content. Upon arriving at the complex, I passed out flyers at the following addresses. So this may be the condos. Unit 102 vacant, Unit 105 left flyer at door, and then there's Unit 107 left flyer and a couple redacted there. I then went to the office to review video. I observed the following. Yeah, this is definitely the condos, the apartments. I then went to the office to review the video. On February 26, 2024 at 0:35 hours, videos that captured the trash compactor on the property show a male determined to be Stephan Sterns wearing a red t-shirt and dark colored hat worn backwards arrived in a silver Lincoln sedan. Sterns threw a white trash bag filled with items inside the trash compactor before pulling away. A female believed to be redacted is visible in the front passenger seat. I believe that would be Madeline. Her head is visible, tilted on her left shoulder, and her mouth was open. She was belted into the seat. That is so sad, and really, the fact that he drove around with her still is very disturbing to me. At 8:19 hours, the Lincoln sedan appears at the front gate where the driver, Sterns, interacted with a security guard before being allowed to enter the gate at the front of the complex. Additional video collected from near the rental office, which captured the roundabout, showed the female believed to be Maddie in the same position as the previous video at 0736 hours. At 0831 hours, the silver Lincoln exited the back gate. The video captured the female still in the same position as the other videos, still in the front passenger seat. Due to difficulties with the wireless cameras at the rear of the complex, I was not able to obtain further video of the vehicle entering or exiting the back gate. Reviewing the front gate video, I did not observe the silver Lincoln come I guess that would be back through the front gate between 0830 hours and 1640 hours. At 1635 hours, multiple cameras captured Sterns arriving to the trash compactor in the silver Lincoln sedan. Sterns is wearing what appears to be a blue shirt and a dark colored hat worn backwards. Sterns walked to the compactor, opened the door, and returned to his vehicle. Sterns removed a damaged tire, what appeared to be the tread of the tire with no walls. Sterns threw the tire into the compactor. I submitted video, which I captured on cell phone, to evidence.com under this case number. All videos were exported to a USB, which I will be providing to the Kissimmee Police Department to continue the investigation. I also collected visitor log records for the complex for February 26, 2024. I completed a business certification record for the video and log. All videos and documents collected will be turned over to the Kissimmee Police Department. And you know what? Again, he was not too smart because these are all caught on camera. All his, ins and outs, except for a couple back gate issues, and him going at the trash compactor, getting rid of her stuff in a bag, and that tire. And I still believe it was divine intervention that witness saw him changing that tire. That was divine intervention. And thank gosh we at least law enforcement was able to locate Madeline. Let's see. Here's an incident report. Let's see. All right. On February 26, 2024, Orange County Sheriff's Office was made aware of a missing juvenile. The juvenile, Madeline Soto, was reported to have last been seen at, I'm guessing that would be the school, within Orange County, Florida. Deputy Frankie Joseph responded to redacted and met with reporters. Stephan Michael Sterns, step-parent, and redacted parent. So that may still be the school, and then that would obviously be Jennifer there. So there was cameras out at the school that night, because I know that Spanish station had some interviews with Jennifer and what have you out there. So that I did see online. On February 28, 2024, I Detective Rembes Lakari, I was informed of the incident, responded to redacted to assist in the investigation. Again, that may be the condos here. Okay. I first located the neighborhood's dumpster, which was behind the basketball courts. The dumpster has a trash compacting function that did not allow for me to see its contents other than a couple of bags that were yet to be compacted. I observed several cameras in the area that pointed at the dumpster. I then assisted with a door-to-door area canvass and missing juvenile flyer distribution at the following addresses. So yeah, this is all the apartments. So everyone in that apartment condo complex, they knew that Madeline was missing. At Redacted, I made contact with Barbara and Gerald Belmore and interviewed them. I later returned to their residence and conducted a consensual audio recorded sworn interview. I uploaded the recorded interview into evidence via Axon. The following is a summary of those interviews. Barbara and Gerald had spent their winters and springs at the complex for the past 18 years and know Redacted's grandfather, maybe Madeline and Jennifer, Madeline's grandfather, resided with Redacted and her mother for many years and helped raise Madeline. A few years ago, he moved out and married something stepfather. Okay, so these look like they're speaking of Jennifer and Madeline and then Stephan. Barbara and Gerald believe Stephan worked out of town because they arrived at the complex in December 2023 and they had not seen him until approximately a week ago. Barbara and Gerald were unsure what kind of vehicle he drove, but they had seen him a couple of days ago going into Redacted's white vehicle. They described Stephan as a tall white male with a full beard that usually wears a baseball cap backwards. So I'm going to go with they probably saw him getting into Jennifer's car. According to Barbara and Gerald, Madeline never walked home to or from school. Jennifer drove her to and from every day. However, they did not remember seeing her return from school on Monday or Tuesday. They believe the last time they saw her was Saturday or Sunday when she was walking the family dog, which caught their eye because Jennifer usually walked the dog. Yeah, we know they got dogs. And also remember, Jennifer had a quote-unquote dog walking profile that she wanted to walk your dogs because she's always home. On Monday night, Barbara looked through her window and observed 3 people at Jennifer's door. One of them was an adult male, one an adult female, and she was unsure about the third one. Barbara saw one of them hi someone. It caught Barbara's eye because the family does not have many visitors. Barbara and Gerald described Madeline as a sweet girl adored by her grandfather. They added that she was a homebody and very polite. At the conclusion of the area canvass, I responded to the clubhouse where I met with detectives and reviewed surveillance video from the dumpster areas and front gates to include a video in which a security guard made contact with Stephan on the morning of their incident. The security guard was later identified as Redacted. Alex was contacted and he responded to the clubhouse where he was interviewed by Detective Kyle. I was present during the interview. Okay. All right. This is another supplemental report. On February 28th, 2024, I responded to Redacted to assist with the investigation of Madeline Soto's disappearance. Upon arrival, I assisted with canvassing the area for video and handing out flyers to residents. So this is still at the complex. While on scene, it was determined the community trash compactor had not been picked up since her disappearance. I located the trash compactor in the community too and established custody of it until Waste Management arrived for their regularly scheduled pickup. I then followed the trash compactor to 4978 LB McLeod Road, where the compactor was emptied. Contact was made with Waste Management District Manager Antonio Roman, who provided a separate area for the compactor to be emptied. Antonio was provided an approximate date and time that Stephan Sterns was seen throwing a tire into the compactor. Based on the information, Antonio was able to provide an approximate location the tire would be located in the contents of the compactor. That's pretty amazing that they know that information. The Orange County Sheriff's Office Forensics Unit responded to the location and was able to locate the intact tread of a tire, which they advised the tread pattern matched the rear passenger tire of Stephan's vehicle. In close proximity to the tire, the crime scene investigators located a white trash bag that contained a black backpack with what appeared to be purple Hawaiian print and a white crock. Inside the backpack, CSIs located an Orange County public school computer with Madeline's name on it. Based on this, it was determined that the backpack and its contents belonged to Madeline. The forensics unit collected the tire, backpack, and crock. Detectives at Redacted provided photos of the surveillance video showing Stephan throwing a similar-looking trash bag into the compactor on February 26, 2024 at approximately 0730 hours. So that would probably be going back to the complex, that redacted address. Antonio signed the consent, the search portion of a waivers and affidavits form, which provided consent to the Orange County Sheriff's Office employees to search the waste management property and trash compactor to collect the evidence. This concluded my involvement in the case. This one looks like it's property clothes, gray graphic tee, tank top, infinite. Okay, let's see. It should give us further information. It looks like we get those and then we get the information. Supplemental report. While conducting a canvass in the area of Gateway Avenue and Guilford Boulevard, Orlando, Florida, 32821, Orange County Sheriff's Office Detective Christine Shaw and I discovered a gray graphic tank top near the bank of a retention pond that was located approximately 50 feet east of the aforementioned intersection. The shirt was approximately 10 to 15 feet west of the bank of this retention pond. The graphic shirt was photographed and later placed into a secure Orange County Sheriff's Office evidence locker. Okay. All right, here's the incident report supplemental. Investigative details. On February 27th, 2024, I was assigned to assist Detective Mara in reference to a missing juvenile, 13-year-old Madeline Soto, who was last seen on February 26th at Redacted. Guessing that would be Hunter's Creeks, either the church or what have you listed there. Neighborhood canvass. I was tasked with assigning deputies to areas to conduct a neighborhood canvass to locate any witness. The following are a list of addresses deputies went to and their findings. So we've got the different buildings and the addresses, and some look like they don't have any answer, and some a resident has never seen her. Yeah, so pretty much it's either they never saw her or there's no answer, which either means they weren't home or they were sleeping and they didn't want to be bothered. And then there's building 3, most of the same. Building 4, building 5, building 6, building 7, and there's building 9, 16, 17, 18, and then they look like they were doing Lord Barclay Drive, and all these folks either had never seen her or there was no answer. Again, no answer or the resident had not seen her. Huntwick Drive, most of the same. Yeah, so they canvassed a lot of addresses, knocked on a lot of doors, and either no answers or resident has never seen her. Okay. Search warrants. On February 28th, 2024, I authored an exigent redacted search warrant for phone numbers redacted and redacted. The search warrant was signed by Judge Reginald Whitehead of the 9th Judicial Circuit, Orange County, Florida. The signed warrant was provided to the Electronic Surveillance Team, ESST, to be served to the service providers. ESST provided the results of pen register, trap, and trace device search warrant for the phone numbers, and they are attached to this report. On February 28th, 2024, I authored an exigent, I know I'm probably saying that word wrong, redacted search warrant for Meta Inc. in reference to Redacted's Instagram account, Redacted, that may be Madeline. The search warrant was signed by Judge Reginald Whitehead of the 9th Judicial Circuit Court, Orange County, Florida, and I submitted the signed warrant to Meta Inc.'s law enforcement portal. On March 1st, 2024, I received a response from Meta Inc. and they advised they denied the warrant in reference to the Instagram account. Gee, that's fun to deal with. On February 28, 2024, I authored an exigent search warrant for the vehicle, white 2010 Nissan Sentra with the license plate, Redacted. The search warrant was signed by Judge Reginald Whitehead of the 9th Judicial Circuit, or Orange County, Florida. The signed warrant was provided to OCSO Homicide Unit to be executed. On March 1st, 2024, I conducted the search warrant, returned to the Clerk of Courts for the search warrant for the vehicle, white 2010 Nissan Sentra with the license plate, Redacted. Town Place Suites, Orlando at Flamingo Crossing. On February 28th, 2024, I responded to 13295 Hartzog Road, Winter Garden, Florida, room 239. I checked with the hotel staff and they advised room 239 was checked in by Stephan Sterns and they had already checked out of the room on February 28th, 2024 at approximately 1200 hours. Stephan had rented the room for only one night. The hotel staff allowed me to inspect the room. The room had not been cleaned by housekeeping yet, and I observed no personal belonging left behind in the room. Conclusion: I took no further action in this case. See, this got closer to my side of town. Wonder why they would go from Kissimmee and then stay in Winter Garden. Guess they were trying to get out of Osceola County, maybe? They're still in Orange County. Let's see. All right, here's another incident report. On Thursday, February 29th, 2024, while conducting a canvass in the area of Gateway Avenue and Orangewood Boulevard, I Detective Alicia located exterior cameras at Exxon gas station at the address of 5051 Gateway Avenue, Orlando, Florida. The camera appeared to be pointed to the street area. Upon review, located what appeared to be a silver car traveling eastbound at approximately 9:16 hours on February 26, 2024. The vehicle appeared to have no tint on the windows, as you can see through the windows as it drives by. A copy of this video was submitted to Axon. This concludes my involvement for this case. Okay, that's highly redacted, so whatever's there. Let's see. Alright, so here's the incident report. On Wednesday, February 27th, 2024, I Detective Freeze responded to the area of 5244 Los Palma Vista Drive, Orlando, Florida. Upon my arrival, I made contact with Deputy Andrews, who advised that pieces of unknown article have been located near the pond that sits behind the residence and other homes in the neighborhood. Photos of the item were taken by Deputy Andrews. Contact was made with the homeowner, Yolanda Nunez, who advised she did not recognize the article. The article is a soft cloth material, which is yellow in color. The item was ripped in 3 different pieces. This concludes my involvement in this case. Okay, looks like we got some surveillance footage. Alright, and here's the incident report. On March 1st, 2024, Orange County Sheriff's Office Violent Crimes Detective Leonard Jones was tasked with assisting in this investigation. After Jones received a short briefing on the latest details of this investigation, he responded to the area of Destination Parkway and John Young Parkway to canvass for evidence. During that time, Jones responded to Holiday Inn Club Vacations located at 9271 South John Young Parkway, Orlando, Florida. Upon arrival, Jones made contact with the business's corporate facility senior manager, Jeremy Garcia, who had allowed Jones to review their surveillance footage from February 26, 2024. According to the surveillance footage, Jones discovered that at approximately 0940 hours, the target vehicle, which is the silver gray Lincoln MKZ, turned onto the above business's property from Emissary Avenue, then proceeded to their parking garage. At approximately 9:41 hours, the vehicle arrived on the top level of the parking garage, then backed into a parking space. At approximately 0942 hours, a fair-skinned male wearing what appeared to be a dark hat, reddish shirt, and tan pants exited the vehicle from the driver's seat, then walked to the back of the vehicle and opened the trunk. The male then walked to the front passenger side of the vehicle, opened the door, then proceeded to carry what appeared to be a limp female body to the trunk of the vehicle. At approximately 0944 hours, the same male subject entered the driver's seat of the same vehicle and then drove away. The vehicle was then seen exiting the parking garage from ground level and then leaving the business's property onto Emissary Avenue. Jones then collected the surveillance footage as well as a signed business record certification from Garcia to later be placed into evidence at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. That video is going to be big, I think. Okay, let's see. See, all this evidence to me, I don't feel like they need Jen, but again, I don't know. I mean, I feel like their evidence is pretty big, and this is, and they have more, I'm sure. And we haven't even gotten through, a quarter of this. Alright, so here's another incident report. Investigative detail. On February 27, 2024, I, Detective Matthew Chiang, responded to redacted to assist Detective Mara Tagler in reference to a missing persons investigation. Search warrant. On February 27, 2024, I authored a search warrant to search the residence of the 13-year-old victim, Madeline Soto, located at, and that would be their address. The warrant was subsequently signed by the Honorable Judge Reginald Whitehead. Review of traffic cameras. On February 27, 2024, through law enforcement resources, I observed a silver Lincoln sedan with Florida license plate traveling through multiple locations in Orange and Osceola County, Florida. The silver Lincoln was registered to Stephan Sterns' father, but was primarily used by Stephan Sterns. The information I observed was provided to Kissimmee Police Department, Detective Brandon Igler, and Detective Tagler. On February 28, 2024, KPD Detective Igler provided me with additional information regarding the location of Stephan's vehicle as it traveled through St. Cloud and Osceola County. The information obtained was forwarded to Detective Tagler and the Orange County Sheriff's Office Command Post. Search of redacted. On February 28, 2024, I was served the search warrant for redacted and assisted the Orange County Sheriff's Office Forensic Unit in searching the apartment. Okay, so this would be their apartment. Simultaneously during the search, detectives learned of photographs and videos on Stephan's phone where Stephan appeared to have sexual intercourse with the 13-year-old victim, Madeline. We were able to locate multiple articles of clothing worn by both Stephan and Madeline in the photos. Multiple articles of bedding and towels observed in the photos were located as well. All items were documented and collected by Orange County Sheriff's Office Forensic Unit for evidence. On February 29, 2024, I assisted Osceola County Forensic Unit in collecting additional evidence from redacted. I transported Stephan's cell phone from the Orange County Sheriff's Office Central Operations Building located at 2500 West Colonial Drive, Orlando, Florida, to redacted to reference the photographs located on the phone during the search. I believe this is when they were comparing the photos to the apartment. Numerous additional clothing items, towels, and bedding was located inside the apartment, located at the above address. Stephan's cell phone remained in my possession and was returned to a secured digital evidence locker located at the Orange County Sheriff's Office Central Operations Building after the search. All evidence found at the apartment was documented and collected by the Osceola County Forensics Unit. It should be noted, prior to the search of Stephan's apartment, I was advised there were photographs located on Stephan's phone where he appeared to record his roommate, redacted in secret. While at the apartment, I was able to utilize Stephan's cell phone and recreate the angle and contents of the photographs by placing his cell phone under the crack of Redacted's bedroom door. I photographed the placement of Stephan's cell phone and uploaded it to evidence.com. He is a perv to the extreme. Download and review of Google Drive search warrant return. On March 1st, 2024, I assisted Detective Taylor Heller with downloading and conducting an initial review of the Google search warrant return of the Google account belonging to Stephan Sterns. During the initial interview, I observed numerous photographs in the return where I also observed to be located on Stephan Sterns' cell phone as well. On March 4th, 2024, the evidence was transported on a hard drive to the Kissimmee Police Department Detective Mark Morris. And looks like we have another incident report, and these are highly redacted. Okay. Incident report. On Wednesday, February 28th, 2024, Detective Andrew Calisi with the Orange County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit assisted in investigating in a missing person juvenile. The juvenile was identified as Madeline Soto. The following is Detective Calisi's involvement with the case. Detective Calisi was tasked with authoring historical phone orders for Jennifer, Stephan Sterns, Jennifer's boyfriend, and redacted missing person. So that should be Madeline. Below are the phone numbers associated with each person. And looks like that's Jennifer's phone, Madeline's phone, and Stephan Sterns' phone. Once the historical phone orders were authored, all orders were reviewed and approved by Honorable Judge Whitehead. Once the orders were approved, they were submitted to the phone companies with the assistance of FDLE. Also on Wednesday, February 28th, 2024, Detective Andrew Calisi, along with the Orange County Sheriff's Office Sex Crimes Detective Louis Acosta, interviewed with Redacted. This interview was conducted at the Orange County Sheriff's Office Central Operations Building. The interview was audio recorded and uploaded to evidence.com. The following is a synopsis of the interview. It should be noted Detective Calisi did not conduct the entire interview. After answering a few questions, Detective Calisi stopped the interview and waited for detectives from the Kissimmee Police Department. The following is a synopsis of Detective Calisi's interview. I believe this would be interview with Jennifer. During the interview, Jennifer confirmed that Stephan Sterns, or Madeline Soto, that would be Madeline because he's not redacted, lives with her and her boyfriend of approximately 7 years was Stephan Sterns. As the interview continued, Jennifer stated that on rare occasions, Madeline and Stephan slept in the same bed. According to Jennifer, the reason for this is so she could get some sleep because sometimes all three of them sleep in the same bed. Jennifer also confirmed with Detective Calisi that she and Stephan had been sexually intimate. Detective Calisi presented Jennifer with various images that were recovered from Stephan's cell phone. The first image was a hand placed on the buttocks of a white female. After reviewing the image, Jennifer identified this hand belonging to Stephan. Next, Detective Calisi showed Jennifer a close-up photograph of a white male peepee. Jennifer viewed the picture but was unable to identify the peepee. Detective Calisi then presented Jennifer with another image of a peepee pulled over a pair of pants. Again, Jennifer viewed this image and identified the peepee as belonging to Stephan Sterns. Jennifer believed this was Stephan's peepee, based on the clothing and blanket near the peepee. A few moments later, Detective Calisi paused the interview with Jennifer and waited for Kissimmee Police Department detectives to respond to the interview so the interview could continue. Detective Calisi did not participate in the interview with Jennifer once Kissimmee Police detectives arrived. On Thursday, February 29th, 2024, Detective Calisi, along with other Orange County Sheriff's Office homicide detectives, conducted an extensive area canvass near Old Hickory Tree Road. This canvass was met with negative results. This concludes Detective Calisi's involvement with this case. Okay. Okay. Oh, here's some more witnesses. Not sure why these are not redacted. These look like folks in St. Cloud. Okay, let's see. Incident report, February 28th, 2024. Briefing on February 28th, 2024 at 10 a.m. I was briefed regarding the missing person case of Madeline Soto. Contact with Kissimmee Police Department. I was tasked with meeting with Kissimmee Police Department Detective B. Illigan. It was learned that the vehicle of Stephan Sterns, a silver 2010 Lincoln MKZ, was observed traveling on Old Hickory Tree Road as it passed Hickory Tree Elementary School located at 2355 Old Hickory Tree Road, St. Cloud, Florida. I was informed the vehicle passed the school on Monday, February 26, 2024, at approximately 1:12 p.m. as it traveled south toward Nolte Road. On Monday, February 26, 2024, at approximately 2:17 p.m., the same vehicle passed the school traveling north toward Interstate 192. I met with Detective Illigan of the Kissimmee Police Department at the Hickory Tree Elementary School. I made contact with Patricia O'Neill and conducted a audio recorded statement with her outlining the fact that she was the custodian of records for the surveillance video at the school. Patricia O'Neill provided the surveillance video electronically. Canvas. Next, I conducted a canvass along Old Hickory Tree Road. I located a black car tire on the vacant field associated with Cernex USA, located at 2175 Old Hickory Tree Road, St. Cloud, Florida. I contacted Orange County Sheriff's Office Forensics, and investigator C. Marcus responded and collected the tire. It was later learned that this vehicle tire was irrelevant to his investigation. Well, it's a good try, but there are a lot of issues with the roads in Florida, so it's not surprising. Video surveillance collection. I located potential business cameras to the north of the vacant lot where the tire was located. The cameras were affixed to the Rockers lockers located at 2131 Old Hickory Tree Road, St. Cloud, Florida. I made contact with business representative Brooklyn Deja. Brooklyn Deja was unable to download the video. Digital forensics investigator C. Chong responded and collected the DVR to extract the video. I further located cameras on the Osceola window and doors located at 2090 Old Hickory Tree Road, Suite 104, St. Cloud, Florida. I made contact with Autumn Bateman and collected a sworn audio recorded statement with her detailing the video collection. Autumn Bateman was unable to extract the surveillance video, and investigator Chong responded and extracted the video. Towing of vehicle. At 8:30 p.m., I responded to the Town Place Suites at Flamingo Crossings, located at 13295 Hertzong Road, Winter Garden, Florida, in reference to towing a 2022 Nissan four-door sedan bearing Florida tag number. I located the vehicle in the parking lot and towed it to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. I followed the vehicle as it was being towed and relinquished custody to the Orange County Sheriff's Office forensic investigator L. Miller. So that was when Jen's vehicle was taken. February 29th, 2024. Interview with Marley Alondro. On February 29, 2024, Marley Alondro called the Orange County Sheriff's Office and reported she possibly had information on this case. Kissimmee Police Department Detective C. Smallwood and I responded to her residence, 1369 Boulder Drive, Kissimmee, Florida, and conducted an interview with Marley Alondro. The following is a general summary of her sworn audio recorded interview. Marley Alondro reported she came to know Stephan Sterns through working with him at Disney. So there you go. Disney can deny it all they want. Sterns worked for Disney. There's multiple proof that he worked for Disney. She explained their relationship became intimate around December of 2022 and ended in May of 2023. During this time, Marley Alondro said Stephan Sterns told her that he was separated from his girlfriend, Jennifer Soto. Marley Alondro stated Stephan Sterns told her that although he was separated from his girlfriend, he still slept at Jennifer's residence and specifically in the bed with Madeline Soto. Ooh. Marley Alondro said Stephan Sterns justified this behavior by saying he needed to cuddle with her so she could fall asleep. Yeah, I call bull. Marley Alondro further recalled a conversation she had with Stephan Sterns where he told her he woke up in the bed with Madeline Soto with an erection and had to turn around in the bed. Marley Alondro felt the comments Stephan Sterns made to her about sleeping with Madeline were inappropriate, and she stopped talking to him shortly after they were made. Good for her. I'd be like, you can leave and don't look back, buddy. Interview with Redacted. Detective F. Ramirez and I were making contact with Redacted at a possible address of Redacted. As I knocked on the door, I was greeted by Redacted's wife. Redacted, they invited us into the home and agreed to speak to us. Redacted described he was close friends with Stephan Sterns and his daughter was best friends with Redacted. Redacted said he and his family moved to Colorado, but just flew back after learning Madeline Soto was missing. Redacted had no information on this case. The interview with Redacted was audio recorded. So whoever that is, they definitely don't want anybody to know who they are. And here's a whole big Redacted block. It's like where they collected the left Croc slipper and 2 blue gloves. Alright. Alright, incident report, supplemental. On February 28th, 2024, I responded to Redacted to supervise the execution of a search warrant. During the search, Orange County Forensics was present, photographed the residence, and collected numerous items of clothing and bedding which were identified as being in contact with the victim during sexual abuse. So this looks like it's also the apartment. Most of the items were collected from the downstairs bedroom and divided off sleeping area in the living room. Some additional items were collected from the upstairs bedroom, identified with a number 4 on the door. After forensics left the residence, a roommate named Redacted arrived and requested items from her bedroom. I escorted her while she collected clothing and toiletries from her room and left the residence. See, this whole thing is the first time I heard that there were roommates in this apartment. That's sick. At approximately 1640 hours, I was notified that the Orange County Sheriff's Office emergency response team members located a glove in the wooded area to the north of the apartment. I responded to collect the gloves. The gloves were located approximately 30 feet into the wood line on the ground. One glove was balled up inside of the other. I photographed the glove and the surrounding area before placing them into an evidence envelope and later turned them over to forensics. At approximately 1719 hours, forensics manager Vanessa Nylander called me and notified me that they located some of Madeline's belongings in the trash, including a single white Croc. CSI Janik recalled seeing Crocs in the downstairs bedroom. I re-entered the residence and looked in the downstairs bedroom for white Crocs. I located 3 white Croc shoes near the window, 1 pair of women's size 8, and a single left shoe size 5 to 7, which matched the right size 5 to 7 located in the trash. I took photographs of the shoes, packaged the shoe, and later turned it over to the forensics as well. I remained on the scene until Kissimmee police detectives arrived and took control of the scene. Wow, so one was at home and one was not. Okay. Incident report. On February 28th, 2024, Kyle Cole, was tasked with collecting surveillance video regarding this investigation. I responded to 13651 South John Young Parkway, e-smoker online vape shop, and spoke with an employee who stated the owner, John Withrow, was at a different shop and had access to the video. I went to the other store location located at 4905 South Orange Avenue, where I met with John and provided him with an evidence submission link via Axon Capture. Using the link, John uploaded a video surveillance clip from the 13651 South John Young Parkway store depicting a white male wearing a blue shirt and a black hat entering the store, purchasing items, then leaving shortly after. John also emailed a screenshot of a list of transactions completed by the subject of the photo, Stephan Sterns. The screenshot was later uploaded into evidence.com by John via an Axon Capture link. After collecting the surveillance video, I was tasked with responding to the Orange County Sheriff's Office Central Operations Building to review images located on Stephan's phone by the Orange County Sheriff's Office Digital Forensics Unit. Upon reviewing the contents of Stephan's pictures and videos, I observed several pictures depicting what appeared to be redacted being penetrated orally and vaginally by a PP. I'm guessing that is Maddie. There were pictures of Madeline both awake and asleep, with her genitals and breasts exposed as the focal point of the pictures. It should be noted the PP observed penetrating the victim had distinct marking on it, which consisted of bright pinkish colored skin below the head of the PP until approximately a quarter of the length down the shaft of the PP. Several other pictures capturing this distinct pattern were observed on the phone. Further, as I was reviewing the pictures and videos, I observed several different pieces of clothing to include patterned underwear, shirts, blankets, and sheets. Simultaneously, detectives at the Orange County Sheriff's Office were executing a search warrant at Stephan's home address of, that'd be the apartments. This address is also where the victim and her mother live. The detectives searching the residence were contacted and confirmed they found the same distinctive clothing worn by both Stephan and the victim in Stephan's room and the victim's room. I was later tasked with authoring an infotainment search warrant for the vehicle being driven by Stephan. Stephan's car, a 2010 Lincoln MKZ bearing Florida license plate, was already sealed and towed by other members of the Orange County Sheriff's Office on February 28, 2024. The search warrant was submitted via a secure electronic filing system on February 28, 2024 at approximately 20:51 hours. The search warrant was later signed by the Honorable Judge Reginald K. Whitehead. The signed search warrant was later executed by agents from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. At the time this supplement was being authored, the results of the search warrant are still pending. I also authored an infotainment search warrant for Redacted's vehicle, that looks like Jennifer's vehicle, the 2022 Nissan Sentra bearing Florida license plate, redacted. The search warrant was submitted via a secure electronic filing system on February 29, 2024 at approximately 11:48 hours. The signed search warrant was provided to agents of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. I authored a vehicle search warrant for Redacted's vehicle to search for International Mobile Subscriber Identity, IMSI, Mobile Subscriber Identification Number, Mobile Identification Number, and or instrument bearing the same electronic serial number, International Mobile Equipment Identity, and other mobile equipment identifier, or any IMSI, MSID, MIN, ESN, IMEI, and or MEID. The purpose of the search was to locate one of those identifiers to write another search warrant to recover any historical geolocation data. The search warrant was submitted via a secure electronic filing system on February 29th, 2024 at approximately 18:20 hours. The search warrant was signed by the Honorable Reginald K. Whitehead. The signed search warrant was provided to agents of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and they later executed the search warrant, which yielded negative results. It was discovered the vehicle had access to Sirius XM with a unique radio identifier. As such, I authored an investigative subpoena for Sirius XM. At the time of this report is authored, the subpoena is still waiting to be signed and served. This concludes my involvement with this investigation. For additional details, please refer to the other reports submitted under this case number. All right. Incident report. Supplemental. Background. On February 26, 2024, Sector 4 deputies responded to Redacted in reference to a missing juvenile, later identified as Madeline Soto. Redacted, Madeline was last seen on February 26, 2024 between 8:25 to 8:40 hours when she was dropped off near Hunters Creek Middle School by Stephan Sterns. Madeline was then reported missing by her mother, Jennifer Soto, after discovering Maddie did not attend school that day. So this one looks like it's another detective's or deputy's report. On February 27th, 2024, I Detective Brittany Bradshaw responded to Redacted in reference to follow-up interviews. Okay. Interview with Redacted on February 27th, 2024 at 13:05 hours. Redacted is the best friend of Madeline Soto, also known as Redacted, and they have known each other since they were in the 4th grade. She's also close with Maddie's mother, Jennifer. Maddie has never told her anything about running away, other than if she did, she would run away to the woods and find a place to stay. Madeline told her she didn't get along with her mom. Maddie had heard, or just Redacted had heard from another friend that Madeline's mom told her she was going to kick her out of the house and disown her when she turned 18 or 19. She talked to Madeline every day on the phone, and Madeline would also text her every morning when she woke up. Redacted thought it was odd that she did not receive a text from Madeline on Monday, February 26, 2024. When she called Madeline on the morning of February 26, there was no answer. Redacted further stated, Madeline only mentioned her biological father briefly, but she was always on a call with her stepdad, Stephan. Stephan and Madeline were always texting each other or talking on the phone. Madeline loved him, and they were really close. Stephan is Madeline's mom's boyfriend, and has been in her life for a long period of time. Stephan recently moved out of the home, but he still visits often. Stephan and Jennifer, Madeline's mom, were also very close. Redacted talks to Stephan at least 2 to 3 times a week on the phone, but also texts with him. That looks like it's probably Madeline. She usually talks to him on the phone in the afternoon and night. Redacted describes Stephan as very interested in Redacted, and Redacted would tell him about things going on at school. Madeline never disclosed to her anything inappropriate that Stephan said or did, and that she had never witnessed anything inappropriate between Madeline and Stephan. Normally, Madeline's mom or grandparents bring her to school. She does not recall a time when Stephan has ever brought Madeline to school. Redacted stated there are roommates that also live in the home with Madeline and her mother. She believes it is people who are close to their family but don't have enough money to live on their own. Last time she talked to Madeline was on Sunday, February 25th, 2024, at Madeline's birthday party. The party took place at Madeline's grandparents' home. Neither Madeline's mom nor her mom's boyfriend were in attendance at the birthday party. It was also common for Madeline to talk about getting money for her birthday. Madeline got mad at Jennifer for not giving her any money for her birthday and complained because she didn't get enough money for her birthday. Redacted left the party at approximately 1900 hours and did not verbally speak with Madeline again. Redacted stated, Maddie does not miss school often but is sick a lot. Once they were at Redacted told her it would be cool if they ran into the woods and built a house. Madeline has never told her she truly wanted to run away, but did mention she wanted to get her own house when she was older. Madeline has never tried or threatened to harm herself, nor does she ever talk about anyone harming themselves. Redacted stated Madeline allegedly told their mutual friend, Redacted, that when she turns 13, she's going to leave the house and never come back. Redacted also communicates with her sister and father who live in Washington, D.C. Redacted believes Madeline is close to her sister. Redacted also talks to different random people through Roblox. That probably is Madeline. She is unaware of if Madeline has ever met up with any of the strangers she speaks with. She's also unaware if Madeline has ever engaged in any inappropriate conversations with older men, older women. Redacted has never disclosed anything about sending or receiving inappropriate photos. Her Roblox username is Redacted, and she has Instagram, but she does not know her username. Madeline also has a YouTube Shorts account under the username Redacted. On her YouTube account, Madeline will post videos of her dancing with her face covered. Madeline had planned on showing her face on her YouTube account when she reached 200 subscribers. Redacted stated that when they would text each other, it was through the normal text messages on their iPhones. She's unaware if Madeline had any texting applications on her phone. Madeline did not have a boyfriend, but a crush named Redacted that goes to school with them. She claims that he does not like Madeline and ignores her text messages. They also do not hang out with each other. Maddie did not disclose she wanted to skip school on February 26th and has not asked Redacted to skip school with her. She only knows that Madeline takes medication for ADHD and possibly bipolar disorder. She described Madeline as impulsive, having mood swings and symptoms of bipolar disorder. Madeline last took her medication on February 14, 2024, and would tell everyone about not taking them. Madeline told her she liked not being on the medication because she has more energy when she doesn't take it. She is not aware of Madeline participating in any risky or inappropriate behaviors for her age. She does not know of Madeline hanging out with anyone older outside of school or running away with anyone. She also knows that Maddie is close with her stepdad and talks to him a lot. That's sad. See, this was her best friend. I can't imagine what she's going through. Redacted stated Maddie's mother called her during the evening of February 26, 2024, and asked her if she was with Madeline because Madeline was missing. Redacted's mother also told her she last saw Maddie at 08:45 hours when she dropped Maddie off at the church near the school. She said she dropped her off at the church because Maddie wanted to walk to school, which is unusual. Maddie is typically dropped off in the car line. Maddie stated her father went into the woods behind the school during the evening of February 26 in an attempt to locate Madeline, but was unsuccessful. Interview with Redacted, February 29, 2024 at 13:02 hours. Redacted says she is the 7th grade school counselor at Redacted. She met Maddie at the beginning of the school year when she was being transferred over to ESE service department. She was told that she has ADHD and has a hard time focusing. She also has anxiety and panic attacks. Maddie would conduct check-ins. Redacted would conduct check-ins with Maddie at school and has met with her approximately 6 times since the beginning of the school year. Typically, Maddie will come into her with feelings of panic and being overwhelmed. When she asks Maddie what's going on, she will tell her it's anxiety and that she's overstimulated from being at school. Overstimulated at 12 or 13? That's a lot of pressure for a kid. Maddie has also said that she's dealing with things at home, including fighting with her mom. Mom would get upset because Maddie is forgetful or doesn't clean up like she's expected to. She disclosed when Mom yells at her, it makes her feel overstimulated and that she can't respond the way she wants to. Maddie stated Redacted stated, that they discussed strategies on how to calm herself down and talk to Mom when she's calm and how she's feeling. At each of their check-ins, December, January, and February, Maddie reported that things were improving at home and things were better at school. Redacted reported that her mom's boyfriend, so that would be Maddie, was living in the home and she didn't like him because he was weird. When she pressed Maddie about why she felt he was weird, she claimed it was because he ate all their food, hangs out in their living room, and makes her feel uncomfortable. Redacted reported in December that mom's boyfriend was moving out of the home and that made her happy. That poor kid. Maddie never disclosed having depression or suicidal. Gotta be careful saying that on YouTube. Attempts or thoughts. Madeline never disclosed any relationship dynamics between her mom and her mom's boyfriend. She also never disclosed anything inappropriate happening between her and her mother's boyfriend. Maddie's mom told Redacted that Redacted was seeing a therapist weekly. So I guess Maddie was seeing a therapist. Maddie's grades appeared to be stable and seemed to be improving since December when she started to report things were getting better at home and at school. Their last check-in was February 6, 2024, and Maddie reported she was really happy and things were good with Mom and at school. Interview with Redacted on February 29, 2024 at 15:20 hours. Redacted stated he is redacted. He stated, Maddie never discussed her home life or personal life with him. She has never disclosed any information about physical, sexual, or mental abuse. She never expressed any thoughts or feelings of taking her own life. Maddie did not have any changes in her behavior, and she appeared to be happy and would participate in class. He described her as normal and helpful. There haven't been any changes with Maddie since the beginning of the school year. Okay. Another largely redacted page. Another redacted page. Alright. Here's another incident report. On February 29, 2024, I was asked to respond to Redacted, Orlando, Florida 32837 to assist with interviewing teachers and students of Madeline. Interview with 25-year-old Redacted. On February 29, 2024, at approximately 13:10 hours, I conducted a digitally recorded sworn interview with Redacted in a portable classroom at Hunters Creek Middle School. The following is a synopsis of her statement. Redacted is Maddie's second period PE teacher. Redacted told me she knew Madeline pretty well and that they had some interactions. Maddie stated that I guess the teacher, whoever this is, stated that Maddie hangs out with Redacted most in class, and that she also sees Redacted with Redacted, is in the class, but has another assigned PE teacher. Redacted told me she never had any issues with Madeline. Redacted told me that Madeline always seemed very anxious, and anytime she needed to ask or wanted something, she brought a buddy with her. Redacted recalled how Maddie was shy around authority figures, but not everybody. Redacted told me that Maddie got Student of the Week for February 16th and was nominated by Redacted for doing something excellent, but was not sure what exactly she did. Redacted recalled doing a fitness testing at the beginning of the year. Madeline struggled because of her asthma. She walked with Redacted to her locker so she can get her inhaler and told her she was able to sit out if she needed to. Redacted recalled how occasionally her friends would tell her that Madeline needed to go to the counselor and she would go with friends. Redacted did not know why Madeline needed to go to the counselor. See, she had asthma, but notice Jennifer or Stephan didn't tell the cops that she needed an inhaler. That's kind of important. Redacted had not seen any recent changes in behavior. When she heard the description of Maddie's clothing, she recognized it as something she always wears. Redacted did not see any signs of depression or suicidal inclinations. Redacted does not dress out in class, but she's not sure why. Redacted told me that many kids do not change out because they feel uncomfortable, but they still participate. Redacted told me that Maddie had a locker previously and that the SRO, Redacted, asked her to check it and she did not find a lock on it or any items in it. Redacted told me that children will get pulled from her class for various other things like tutoring, and she believed that Madeline was pulled for MTSS intervention with Redacted earlier in the year. Redacted stressed that Madeline always seemed anxious and that she did not think it was normal for Maddie to want to go away on her own since she always needed someone with her. Redacted told me she met Madeline's mother once earlier in the year when she was a substitute teacher for another PE teacher. Yikes. Can you imagine Jennifer Soto as a substitute teacher? And PE? Interview with 33-year-old Redacted. On February 29, 2024, at approximately 13:39 hours, I conducted a digitally recorded sworn interview with Redacted in a portable classroom at Hunters Creek Middle School. The following is a synopsis of her statement. Redacted told me that Madeline is in her first period intensive reading class. Redacted thought she knew Maddie pretty well since she had been in her class since fall of 2023. Redacted told me that Maddie was on her door decorating team, which she nominated Maddie for Student of the Week for. Redacted told me how Maddie and Redacted and other students would stay late or come in early to work on the project in the end of January. Redacted told me that the theme of the door was spreading kindness and love. Redacted did not have any individual conversations with Maddie and said that Maddie's involvement in the door decorating was the closest that they were. Redacted believes that Madeline is also friends with Redacted Garcia, not just Redacted. Sarah Dietrich is an 8th grade student helper in the same period, and she was not sure if Sarah was close with Madeline. Redacted told me she's aware of what happened from an OCSO media release. Redacted recalled how Redacted was reading a graphic novel, I believe that's Maddie, and Maddie was alarmed that kissing was in the book. Additionally, Redacted told me that she heard Maddie and her friend talking about a Lady Gaga lyric, and they were alarmed about its sexual meaning. Redacted said that Maddie did not make any disclosures regarding any kind of abuse. Redacted did not believe that Maddie's mother came to open house, nor had they ever met. Redacted had not seen any signs of depression or suicidal ideation in Maddie. Redacted told me she was shocked to hear about Maddie's conversation regarding living in the woods. Redacted stated that Maddie's grade was low in her class and said that she has a D in every quarter. She stated that Maddie would work in the class but was not able to follow things through to completion. Redacted had not seen any shifts in Madeline's behavior but believed that Madeline's behavior had improved since the door decorating competition. Okay. Redacted told me that Madeline is in his 7th grade English class and has been in there since the fall of 2023. Redacted told me he has a great relationship with Madeline and he thinks she likes him. Redacted described Maddie as a quieter who sometimes does her work. Redacted has sleepy days where she comes in and puts her head down and does nothing, which he says not a lot of kids do. Redacted told me that he only keeps academic tabs on Madeline and that he only had conversations about her grades. Redacted said they never had any conversations about Madeline's home life and he did not meet her parents even though Madeline's mother was a substitute for him in October of 2023. Redacted had not seen any recent changes in Madeline's behavior. Redacted noted that Madeline seemed to not have as many sleepy days as the beginning of the year. Redacted told me he saw Madeline fatigue, which he believed may have been a sign of depression, but he did not see anything more overt, nor did he see any signs of suicidal inclinations from Madeline. Redacted told me that Madeline's grade was rough, but then she brought them up. He said that she will go through phases where she would not turn anything in. Redacted had not noted any shifts in behavior and recalled how he bid that class farewell on Friday, February 23rd, and she said she would see him on Monday. Redacted stated that student came up to him and told him that she wanted to live in the woods when she turned 13. Redacted told me that Madeline seemed normal, but quiet and tired. Interview with 33-year-old Redacted. On February 29th, 2024, at approximately 15:11 hours, I conducted a digitally recorded sworn interview with Redacted in a conference room at Hunters Creek Middle School. Before speaking on the incident, I qualified that Redacted understood the difference between telling the truth and lying, which she did. The following is a synopsis of her statement. Redacted told me she met Madeline last year when they were in the 6th grade and they shared one class together. Redacted stated she and Madeline have 3 classes together currently and they have become better friends. She told me that she and Maddie would know that Redacted and Redacted would know Madeline best, as they were her best friends. Redacted recalled how Maddie would come to school crying and complaining about her mother. Other times, Madeline would cry, and she would say that she just wanted to cry. Redacted did not note any changes in Madeline's behavior, and Redacted did not talk with her about suicide or depression. Redacted stated that Madeline would occasionally be mean to her, and when Redacted asked her why she said that, it was because of how she shows affection. Redacted stated that Madeline's mother threatened to kick her out. Additionally, Madeline did not like her father. Redacted stated that she did not hear Madeline speak about her mother's boyfriend. Redacted continued to say that Madeline and her did not ever talk about sex, but they talked about crushes, including Madeline's current interest, Redacted. Redacted was upset during this interview and was crying because she just kind of missed her. All right, I'm going to stop here because I'm starting to stumble on my words. It gets really hard to read, especially with all the redacted. All right, so we got through more than 50 pages, which was good. And again, I'm trying to keep it an hour to an hour and a half with every video. So, and I don't know, again, it's going to take a while. But let me know what you guys think of this portion that we're now over into the 100s. And we are definitely learning a lot more about Madeline from her teachers and her friends. All right, I hope you have a great rest of the day, guys. And most of all, stay safe.